And just to quickly finish up dermatology, I want to talk briefly about burns and the classification of burns. They are classified as first, second, or third, depending on how deep and severe they penetrate the skin's surface. So, first degree burns are superficial burns, and they affect only the epidermis or the outer layer of the skin. So, you see just affect the outer layer of the skin. The burn site is red, painful, dry, no blisters. Think of this as a mild sunburn. Long term tissue damage is rare and usually consists of an increase or decrease in the skin color. So, first degree burns are generally not severe. Second degree burns are considered partial thickness burns. They involve the epidermis and part of the dermis layer of the skin. So, it goes down into the dermal layer here. The burn site is a red, blistered, can be swollen or painful. Not uncommon to get second degree burns from sunburns. If you have a blistering sunburn, that's considered a second degree burn. So can have some pain, considerable pain with the second degree burn. Third degree burns are full thickness burns. They destroy the epidermis and the dermis, and they start to go into the subcutaneous tissue. The burn site can appear white or charred. This is a pretty significant burn, and there's actually a classification of fourth degree burns that damage the underlying bones, muscles, and tendons. And there's no sensation in the area since the nerve endings are destroyed. So, in general, that's just the classification of burns. And then burns are also classified using the rule of nines. The rule of nines assesses the percentage of burn, and it's used to help guide the treatment decisions, including how much fluid resuscitation needs to be done, or should the person be transferred to a burn unit. And you can estimate the body surface area on an adult that's been burned by using the rule of nines. You also use it on children, but it's a little bit different. It's not all areas of 9. So for an adult who's been burned, the percentage of body can be calculated as follows, and this is just an example. So let's say that the adult has had both legs burned. So the front of the leg is 9, back of the leg is 9, so each leg is 18. So 2 legs would be 36%. And let's say the groin has been burned, that's 1%. The front of the chest and abdomen were burned, that's 9 each. So you'd have 36, 37, 46, 55% of the body would be burned in that case. So that's just one way of being able to calculate to determine what kind of treatment. There's also the Palmer method, which looks at about the size of a person's palm is considered 1% of the body, and then each region would be added up to 1% of the body. All right, that's all we're going to cover in dermatology. I'm not going to get into specific conditions aside from the burns, but just in general, what are you looking for in different lesions is all I wanted to cover with dermatology. All right, that's it.